In NBA 2K25, they decided to remove some finishing badges, but that's not going to stop us from getting crazy contact dunks. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to dunk on NBA 2K25. It don't matter what type of build you on. If you got a build with a low driving dunk or a high driving dunk, you will still be able to learn something in this video. From being able to learn Euro steps and hop steps, even for standing dunks, for my people that's on them taller builds, even for the small guards on shorter builds with high standing. But before we get into the tutorial, make sure y'all boys drop a like on the video, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure you turn on post notifications, and let's get into it. Now for settings, you're going to come in a customized HUD. This is going to help you end up choosing your dunk meter, your shot meter, all those good things like that. You find this in your animations, but if you can't find it in animations, you go to features. Features on the main menu, go to customize HUD, and then you're going to end up going to shot meters. Now with the shot meter, I do have mine off. I'm going to turn mine on just to visually see my actual dunk meter. Now with the meter, you can pick between arrow, ring, and then you can pick between dial. But later in the future, you're going to see there's going to be at least like 20 different meters that you can choose from. But when we end up choosing this, I say arrow and dial are the best ones, and you guys want to make sure you make your meter large so you can be able to see the timing as clear as possible you can, bro. And you guys will see in this video, I will be using my player to show you that I am triggering the same dunk animations I am with Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, and Giannis. And even though a lot of people end up dunking with square or X on Xbox, I'm gonna show you a lot of different ways you can dunk on NBA 2K25 with your right stick. But for the first dunk, it's gonna be a two-hand dunk. This is gonna be your back scratchers, your quick drops, those type of dunks that's gonna be mostly safety dunks, but some of them can be crazy. But the way to trigger this dunk is running to the rim. Then as you end up getting to the middle of the paint, you're gonna hold your right stick up. A very easy dunk for you can end up throwing into your bag. But the next one is a controlled dunk. If you don't know what a controlled dunk is, a controlled dunk is being able to control what dominant hand are you gonna dunk the ball with. Are you gonna dunk the ball with your right hand, or are you gonna dunk the ball with your left hand? All these dunks right here, I'm gonna be dunking the ball with my right hand by holding the right stick up as I get to the rim while holding R2. And this is also another way that you can get contact dunks without having to use the actual dunk meter or triggering a flashy dunk animation. But as we're going to go to the left, we're going to end up putting our right stick to the top left so we can end up getting a left hand dunk every single time. Now if you want to end up trying this, you can end up going from the left side trying a right hand dunk, or going from the right side doing a left hand dunk. It doesn't matter anywhere you go, as long as that right stick is pointing to the top right or top left, that's what hand is going to go into. The next dunk we all know how to do. A lot of people don't even know they're doing a flashy dunk, but we're going to end up triggering the flashy dunk. And to do the flashy dunk, all you're going to do is run to the rim and hold your right stick down to end up triggering one of the flashiest dunk in your package. But also you are also able to get contact dunks by doing this way as well. Now you can do a reverse dunk if you do have reverses in your dunk packages. Now we're going to end up working on spin dunks. Now if you're someone that does like using a right stick to do spin dunks, I feel like this is the best way to do it. If you're going to spin to the right, you're going to go counterclockwise. If you're going to spin to the left, you're going to rotate your right stick clockwise for you can end up getting those spins while holding R2. Now when you end up doing this, you can catch a lot of people off guard, but I know a lot of people that end up doing spins by double tapping square or double tapping X while pointing their right stick to the top right or the top left in the direction they want to spin in. Now it might be easier that way, but I prefer rotating my controller clockwise and counterclockwise. But for the next dunk, we know you got to bring out Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Euro step dunk. Now when you activate the Euro step dunk, you can do it two ways. You can double tap square or double tap X with your right stick pointing forward, or you can do it the way I'm gonna end up showing you. As the ball is in my right hand, I'm gonna flick my right stick to the same ball hand to the right, and then hold it to the left on my right stick and finish with the R2 dunk. So if the ball is in your right hand, you're going to go right, left, hold R2. Or if the ball is in your left hand, you're going to go left, right, hold R2 to finish the dunk off. That's literally what it is. If the ball is in that left hand, left to the same ball hand, right, and you hold R2, and that's going to finish off the Euro step dunk. Now you can do it the other way. As the ball is in my left hand, I can end up flicking my right stick to the right and then finish with the left. That's the other way you can do it as well. It's different variations that you can do. You can do it the opposite way, just like we did the spin. As long as you get that down, same hand, then the opposite hand, you're going to end up getting a Euro step every single time. And for these dunk animations that we're doing right now are all based on the layup package. Your layup package is the most important thing for this. But as we're going to do the hop step, you're going to make sure you try to go through some layup packages that you like to get good hop steps. Right now, I'm just activating the hop step right now. You just run to the hole, you can tap square and then hold square, and you're gonna get this hop step animation. You're gonna point your left stick to the top left or the top right based on what way you wanna go. But if you wanna do a hop step with the right stick, all you're gonna do is run to the hole, and if you wanna hop step to the right, you're gonna point your right stick diagonally down to the right And if you want to hop step to the left, you want to point your right stick diagonally down to the left to choose which side you go to. It's the same thing as a control dunk. You choosing which side you go to by pointing that right stick diagonally down as you are in the lane. And with the versatility and all the layup packages we have this year, I'm gonna tell y'all this now. Y'all might want to add this back to y'all game, because I know 2K20, it was hurting a lot of people's feelings with this hop step. So in 2K24, don't be surprised when you see a lot of people doing hop step dunks or hop step lays. But for the next one, we're gonna be doing the reverse dunk. So the best thing I can tell you to start out with is doing a reverse layup. If you're coming from the right side, you're gonna point your right stick towards the baseline all the way to the right. But if you're coming off the left side, you're gonna point your right stick to the left. Whatever side you're coming from, that's where your right stick should be pointing. And the thing about this animation right here, it's based on the dunk package, but also is based on your layup package as well. Because certain layup packages won't let you end up getting your reverse animation off consistently. Because when I was using Ja Morant, it was a few times I couldn't get his reverse dunk to actually activate because his layup is so overpowered. Now we're going to use Anthony Edwards. This is right stick dunking. This is where you're going to get the contacts and all the crazy things. This is meter dunking. If you don't know how to meter dunk, there's a lot of different ways, but the main way to meter dunk is going to be flicking your right stick up and holding your right stick down and timing the meter. The best time to try to trigger this dunk meter is going to be around like after you get past the free throw line, like right around that free throw line, somewhat mid paint. That's the best time to actually trigger the dunk meter. All you're gonna do is flick your right stick up, and then you're gonna hold your right stick down right after that while holding R2 during the whole time, and you will end up getting the dunk meter. But there are other ways that you can do. You can do flick up, hold up, or you can do flick down, hold up, or you can do flick down, hold down for the dunk meter to end up popping up. But for the requirements for contact dunks, if you want to end up getting a pro contact dunks off 2, you need an 87 driving dunk with a 75 vertical. Now if you want elite contact dunks off 2, you need a 96 driving dunk this year, not 94, 96 driving dunk with a 82 vertical. 2K up the vertical that you need to get those elite contact dunks this year. But for small contact dunks, they actually looked out for us. For the small contacts, all you need is an 86 driving dunk with a 75 vertical. They did bless us this year. They dropped the vertical that you needed, because it used to be 86 driving dunk with an 85 vertical. But for pro contact dunks off 1, you need a 89 driving dunk with a 78 vertical. And for elite contact dunks off 1, you need a 99 dunk with a 90 vertical. And small contact dunks, you need a 93 driving dunk with a 80 vertical. And one of the best values to me is that small contact dunks, if you on the small guard, go for 93 with an 80 vertical. But I can't forget about big man. For the pro contacts for the bigs, you're gonna end up having a 80 driving dunk with a 60 vertical, and you gotta be at least 6'10". But if you want to end up getting them elite standing contact dunks, you need a 90 standing dunk with a 70 vertical, standing at least 6'10". And don't worry, right after this, I'm going to be showing my big builds how to end up getting them standing contact dunks and also doing standing dunks in general. But for alley-oops, you gotta have a 85 standing dunk and a 70 driving dunk with a 60 vertical at 6'10" to get big man contact alley-oops. Pro contact alley-oops, you need an 84 driving dunk with a 70 vertical. Elite contact dunks, you need a 92 with an 80 vertical. And then for small contacts, you need an 86 driving dunk with an 85 vertical. And when it comes to timing the dunk meter, it's not like you have a big meter or small meter. It's all based on where you're placed on the floor and who's the defender in the paint. Does they have high interior or they don't have any interior? That's the only time I can really feel a big difference. But we're gonna be doing standing dunks. I'm gonna show you the most efficient way to do standing dunks. I know a lot of you guys end up tapping square while holding R2 to do it as close as you can to the rim. If you're around like the actual restricted area and things like that, you're gonna get a standing dunk. But you can get a standing dunk almost every single time if you use your right stick. If you use your right stick, you can get a standing dunk almost every single time. Even if you just point your right stick up and hold R2, the standing dunk is gonna activate more times than you just tapping square and holding R2. That's one thing I can definitely tell you. Use your right stick up and hold R2 as you're in the paint or around a restricted area. You will have a better chance doing those standing dunks than any time. But if you're someone that's good at timing your dunks, hey, I prefer you to try out the meter standing dunks. Meter standing dunks, if you perfect it, it's going to be hard to stop. And especially if you're on a build that's 6'10", getting them contact dunks, it's going to be very hard to stop you. By flicking your right stick up and holding your right stick down while holding R2, you will get a standing dunk animation. It's the same way you do a driving dunk. Flick your right stick up, hold down, and you will get fast animations like that. It's just based on your dunk packages that you end up equipping. I can have a certain dunk package and it can be a slower one, but I can be able to time it.
Like,
and
no
also it's based on placement. If somebody's in the paint with you, you gotta know where they're placed at in the paint to be able to even time it. But just know you can end up getting it off. Just don't go brain dead with the meter dunks, bro. At least try to pay attention to the spacing or pay attention to who the defender is. Like if he playing under the rim, you can get a meter dunk. But if you're playing above that actual arc or around that restricted area, it's going to be hard for you to actually pull off a contact dunk or even a standing dunk on that defender. Now with these standing dunks, the best way to create space is off the drop step that I'm seeing so far. Off the drop step, it creates a lot of space between the defenders. Now I'm going to show you a drop step dunk. Now you're going to be holding L2 right here as your back is facing the basket, and you're going to tap square while you're pointing your left stick to the ball hand. It can get real glitchy. As the ball is in my left hand, I'm going to tap square while my left stick is pointing to the left and hold R2 with square again to finish the animation. And if the ball is in my right hand, I'm going to tap square by pointing my right stick to the right, and then I'm going to hold square with R2 to finish off this dunk. This could be real glitchy. You could be all the way at mid-range and do a drop step every single time. But the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the self lobs. Self lobs this year are different. You're not double tapping triangle to yourself pointing to the basket. You are tapping X and circle or A and B at the same time to trigger a self lob. As you go into the rim, A and B or X and circle, and it will throw you a self lob. And if you're someone that does not know how to time a lob, all you're gonna look for is the green window. As long as you can aim for the green window and there's nobody in the paint, this is going to end up going in every single time. But if you want to get a green, you got to aim perfectly for that line. But just try to aim for the green window. That's the best thing I can tell you. Because when it comes to these lobs, it be sometimes you will end up getting it a little bit early and it still lets you get away with it. But if y'all boys enjoyed this video and I helped y'all boys figure out a lot about slashing, a lot about dunking on NBA 2K25, and if y'all boys want me to end up dropping a layup tutorial showing y'all how to end up doing scoopers, the physical scooper animation, floaters, even reverse layups, things like that, make sure y'all drop a like on this video, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure you turn notifications if y'all haven't yet. Hey man, check out the 2 videos on the screen, and I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one, man.